Okay, so I am back with another tips on landing pages. So let's go through the common mistakes that people are making on landing pages or could be your sales page. So the first thing is if you do not have good headlines. That's the first thing that people see when they come to your landing page. So if it's not clear, it's not benefit driven, and it's just not good, then you're not really conveying the value of your offer or transformation, whether or not it's a course that you're selling or an opt-in or doing a beta test for your course, whatever it is. If that's not clear, you're losing prospects and customers from the get-go. So what you want to do is you want to use clear, compelling headlines that highlight the main benefit of your offer and grabs their attention. Now, I teach this all inside of any of my courses that I teach now using AI as your copywriter. So, that's if you're in one of my courses, you're already getting taught this. And I teach you how to use AI like a copywriter, right? And that just will take your game way, way up from the way things used to be. It used to be that you needed to hire an expensive copywriter, but now with AI and ChatGPT, you can train it to be your copywriter. So the next mistake that a lot of people make is it is too cluttery. So I see this all the time. It could be an email, it could be a landing page, it could be a sales page. People think that they need to include everything. And what I have seen is if you cut to the chase and make things clutterly, both visually and with your copy, you're going to have a better conversion rate. So resist trying to add in too many bullet points, too much copy, making it too long, and being unclear. If you have a super long opt-in page, you want to probably cut out about half of it, okay? You only need a few sections. You need a header, you need some headline copy, you need some benefit-driven bullet points with an image over to the side, call to action, a few testimonials for social proof, another call to action. And if you're driving people to your landing page from cold traffic, you need a little information about you and why you do what you do and why your method works. So that, in a nutshell, is pretty easy. Same thing with a sales page. You don't want to make it sound too hard. And that's the thing, when you make things too cluttery, and too long, you take something that should be simple and make it sound hard. And that's one of the biggest turnoffs to prospective customers or leads is if you make things sound too hard. You want to make everything sound benefit driven and make it sound easy. So the next mistake people do is they bury their call to actions, or it's missing your call to action. So you might be putting it down too low on the page. What you want to do is you always want to, whether it's a sales page or a landing page or an opt-in page, you want that call to action up in your header. It's the first thing that they can see. If they're coming there from an email that you've already done, they might already be primed to buy. So you want to capture it at the very top or give them the opportunity to buy or opt in at the very top of your page, okay? Otherwise, you might lose them as you scroll down, or if you bury it in there way too far at the bottom. Resist that. You can have multiple calls to action on even a simple landing page. Again, I usually add 3, one at the top, one right below the benefits, one right below the testimonials, and I might even add a 4th right under the about me, because not everybody is going to go back up, and some people want to read the whole entire thing. And that goes for whether or not you're doing a sign up for a course beta test or a longer sales page for a big course or a smaller course. You want to make it easy and visible for people to sign up for whatever it is that you are giving them. Now, another mistake that people make is they have a weak or unclear value proposition offer that they're making. So you want to communicate the unique value of what you're offering. Now, your course, your opt-in is not your offer. What you are offering is the transformation for your prospect. You're offering how you're going to help them to get to where they want to be, to solve their problem. So if you don't state that clearly, you're going to lose your prospect or the sale. So that's where AI can really come in and help you fix that when you learn how to use AI as a copywriter. When you train it and you have the right prompts and you know how to make it sound like you and to help you use it to write better copy, it can cut that learning curve down, and you don't need to hire a copywriter to write your copy anymore. You can use ChatGPT to do that. Now, the next mistake is that people don't test it and look at your landing page or your sales page for mobile friendly. I've talked about this before, but it is very important that you do that. I've seen that time and time again. If you don't look at that, because so many people are on mobile these days, you want to look at that and adjust the elements on your page so that it looks good, whether or not they're on an iPad, they're on a computer, or on their phone. So you definitely want to do that and make sure that all your buttons are easily readable and tappable, all right? Now, the next mistake that people make is the lack of trust building on their landing and sales pages. So you want to make sure that you add in testimonials, reviews, badges, even when you're doing a long page, when you're selling something, that's where having a guarantee is in there. That helps build trust. So you definitely need to make sure that you have all of those elements on your landing page and on your sales page. Now, the next thing is too long of forms. This is a big mistake. So when you ask for too much information on your opt-in form, you really only need like two things: first name, email. Why do you only need those two things? Well, you want their first name so that you can customize your follow-up emails, right? So you can address it to their name. So you definitely want that. You don't need their last name, all right? You just don't need that on there. So those are the two things you need. Now, if it is a sales page, what you want to do is have a two-step checkout where you first capture their name, first name, last name, email, then they go to the checkout form. So why do you do that? Because you want to capture them and tag them for your abandoned cart follow-up sequence. That's key. It's one thing that people make a mistake on their sales pages, and that is they forget to do this. And this gives you a mechanism to re-engage those people that might have gone to the checkout and answer their questions, because there's something that's stopping, there's some objection that's stopping them from that. So you definitely need to keep your forms short and make sure that you capture people for your abandoned cart. Now, the next thing is, this is key. This is like something I object to when I go to a landing page and it takes too long for the page to load, especially on a phone. That seems to be a problem I see all the time. So you want to make sure that your landing page loads fast, because otherwise people are going to click off because it's frustrating. Nobody wants to sit there and wait for a landing page to load. So make sure that you optimize your images and minimize scripts, things like that on your page so that it can improve your landing speed page. All right, so a next big mistake is forgetting to look at your numbers. So what do I mean by that? You want to look at conversions. You want to look and see if your page is working or not. That's where having a heat map or using your analytics from your landing page provider like Kartra or Kajabi, those all have most landing page providers provide conversion graphics and can show you where people are dropping off on your landing page. And you want to make sure that you are looking at that and tweaking your page and making improvements, all right? So the next thing is inconsistent messaging. This is key. If you are taking someone from an email or an ad or whatever, the copy needs to line up from your emails to your landing page. It needs to be consistent across both. Same with images. If you're using images in your ad, those need to be consistent, like branding. It needs to be all the same. It could be the same thing if they come there from your website. The branding, the images, the copy, it all needs to be consistent. One thing off and you could lose a prospective lead or a client. So those are my top mistakes and how to fix them for landing and sales pages.